रामचंद्र की जय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक।
जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक।
हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक।
शुभमंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक।
गजवदना गौरी नंदन गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन।
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन।
जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक।
जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक।
ओ जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणपति भगवान की जय। ओम सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम प्रभाकराय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आदित्याय विद्महे मार्तण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम अश्वध्वजाय विद्महे पद्महस्ताय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः।
ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीसूर्याय नमः।
श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः।
श्रीसूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः।
आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः।
आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः।
दिवाकराय नमः प्रभाकराय नमः।
दिवाकराय नमः प्रभाकराय नमः।
ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः।
ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीसूर्याय नमः।
श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। भगवान श्री कृष्ण। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानुर्मर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम्। अधरं मधुरं वदनं
मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम्।
हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं भ्रमितं
मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
मधुरम्।
वेणु मधुरो रेणु मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं
मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
मधुरम्।
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भोक्तं मधुरं सूक्तं
मधुरं
रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्। मधुराधिपतेरखिलम् मधुराधिपतेरखिलम् मधुरम्। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। ओम रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम। श्री राम श्री राम कंदर्पयगणित अमित छवि नवनीर नीरज सुंदरम पत पीत मानहु तरित रुचि सुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम। श्री राम श्री राम भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम रघुनंदन आनंद कंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार आजानु भुज सर चाप धर संग्राम जित कर दूषणम। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम माम हृदय कंद निवास। श्री राम 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 श्री राम। और सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम हम हनुमते। ओम अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलापदेहं दनुजवन कृशानुं ज्ञानिनां मृगगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयोत्तमोख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
दास मारुति रामदास मारुति
दास मारुति रामदास मारुति
दास मारुति रामदास मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति
भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति
गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति। प्रेम से बोलो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। We give salutations to the Divine Mother, Ma Durga, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati. Ma Durga Devi is Ichha Shakti, Mother of willpower. May she bless all of you with an abundance of strength, will. That is the Shakti from within. Ma Saraswati Devi, Vidya Shakti, the mother of Ma Saraswati Devi, mother of knowledge. We know that knowledge purifies us in so many ways. And the purpose of knowledge is to purify our speech, our thinking, and everything else. Ma Lakshmi, Kriya Shakti, the mother who blesses us with the power of the blessing of wealth, happiness, bliss. These are the basic needs of a human being in every aspect of our life. And the message of the Devi is to use these blessings to advance and to elevate our lives, not to separate ourselves necessarily for any material reason, but to advance spiritually and to meet our divine in this form of life. Today we bow to the Divine Mother and ask her blessings on all of you. Om Dhum Durgaye Namaha ॐ दुं दुर्गायै नमः। ॐ दुं दुर्गायै नमः। ॐ जयन्ती मङ्गलाकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। जय त्वं देवी चामुण्डे जय भूतारतिहारिणी जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री दुर्गा माता की जय। ओम श्री महालक्ष्म्ये नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्म्ये नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्म्ये नमः। ओम लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम्
आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदं मम शत्रुविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते।
ओम नमस्तेऽस्तु महामाया श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाध्यापः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती माता की जय। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके
सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यंबिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते
नारायणी नमोस्तुते
शंख चक्र गदा शंखा शंख चक्र गदा शंखा गृहीता परमायुधे शंख
चक्र गदा शंखा गृहीता परमायुधे
प्रसीद वैष्णवी रूपे नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री जगदम्बिका माता की जय। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम वंदे देवमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वंदे
जगत्कारणं
वंदे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वंदे पशूनां पतिं वंदे सूर्यशशाङ्कवाहननयनं वंदे मुकुन्दप्रियं वंदे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वंदे शिवं शङ्करं शान्तं पद्मासनस्थं शशिधरमुकुटं पञ्चवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रं शूलं वज्रं च खड्गं परशुभभयदं
दक्षिणाङ्गे महान्तं नागं पाशं च घण्टां डमरुकसहितं चाकुशं वामभागे नानालङ्कारयुक्तं स्फटिकमणिनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि।
ओम नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय। बोले उमापति महादेव की जय। Brahma Murari Surachitalingam Nirmal Bhashit Shobhitalingam Brahma Murari Surachitalingam Nirmal Bhashit Shobhitalingam Janma Jadokha Vinashakalingam Janma Jadokha Vinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam
Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam
Deva Muni
Pravarachitalingam Amadaham Karunakarilingam Ravanadarpa Vinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Sarva Sugandhi Surepitalingam Buddhi Vivardhana Karanalingam Siddha Surasura Vanditalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Kanaka Mahamani
Bhushitalingam
Panipati Vishit Shobhitalingam Daksha Suryagya Vinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Kumkuma Chandana Lepitalingam Pankajahar Sushobhitalingam Sanchita Papa Vinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Devagana Chita Sevitalingam Bhavana Bhakti Virevachalingam Dinakar Goti Prabhakaralingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Ashtadano Pariveshtalingam Sarva Samudhavataranalingam Ashtadarena Vinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Surguru Survar Pujitalingam Survar Pushpasarajitalingam Parat Param Paramatmakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam
Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat
Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam
Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam प्रेम से बोलो शिव भगवान की जय. Everyone now is invited to go on the altar. with your flowers, your prasad, and whatever you've brought. If you don't have flowers and so, you can get that at the puja store. While this is happening, we'll have some bhajans.
Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. 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 Janama safala hoga re vande, mana me Ram basale, mana me Ram basale. Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. राम नाम के मोती को सांसों की माला बना दे, मन में राम बसा ले। बोलो राम, जय जय राम, बोलो राम। बोलो राम, जय जय राम, बोलो राम। हे राम पतित पावन करुणा कर, और सदा सुख दाता, और सदा सुख दाता। हे राम पतित पावन करुणा कर, और सदा सुख दाता। सरस सुहावन मन अति पावन, राम से प्रीत लगा ले, मन रे राम बसा ले। बोलो राम, जय जय राम, बोलो राम। बोलो राम, जय जय राम,
रथ हाके रन भूमि में और कर्म योग के मर्म बताए। रथ हाके रन भूमि में और कर्म योग के मर्म बताए। अजर अमर एक कर्म तत्व योग काया के तुक सुख समझाए। अजर अमर एक कर्म तत्व योग काया के दुख सुख समझाए। सखा शायरती शरणागत के शायरती शरणागत के सदा प्रतिपाल हरे। हे दीन दयाल हरे, हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरे। हे दीन दयाल हरे। श्याम के रंग में रंग गए मेरा रस। कान तो रस की कान हुए। श्याम के रंग में रंग गए मेरा रस। कान तो रस की कान हुए। जग से आके बंद करी तो सूरदास ने दर्श किए। जग से आके बंद करी तो सूरदास ने दर्श किए। मात यशोदा ब्रज नारी के मात यशोदा ब्रज नारी के माखन चोर कहे। हे दीन दयाल हरे, हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरे। हे दीन दयाल हरे, तुम करता तुम ही कारण। तुम करता तुम ही कारण परम कृपाल हरे। हे दीन दयाल हरे, हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरे। हे दीन दयाल हरे, हे दीन दयाल हरे। हे दीन दयाल हरे।
Anybody else? Oma? Sabina?
जय गणनाया श्री गणनाया। जय गणनाया श्री गणनाया। जय गणनाया श्री गणनाया मंगल मूर्ति मोरया। जय गणनाया श्री गणनाया मंगल मूर्ति मोरया। सिद्धिविनायक मंगलदाता। सिद्धिविनायक मोरया जय गणनाय श्री गणनाय मंगल मूर्ति मोरया सिंदूर वरना पंकज नमना 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 गणपति बाप्पा मोरया सिंदूर वरना पंकज नमना गणपति बाप्पा मोरया जय गणनाय श्री गणनाय जय गणनाय श्री गणनाय जय गणनाय श्री गणनाय मंगल मूर्ति मोरया जय गणनाय श्री गणनाय मंगल मूर्ति मोरया मंगल मूर्ति मोरया मंगल मूर्ति मोरया जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि सकल विधान कर दूर हमारी मम वंदन स्वीकार करो प्रभु चरण चरण हम आए तुम्हारी जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है मोर मुकुट सिर गण बन माना केशव तिन कन गाए केशव तिन कन गाए मोर मुकुट सिर गण बन माना केशव तिन कन गाए केशव तिन कन गाए वृंदावन के कुंज कन निमित सबको नाच नचाए सबको नाच नचाए श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है यमुना किनारे धेनु चढ़ाए माधव मदन मुरारी माधव मदन मुरारी यमुना किनारे धेनु चढ़ाए माधव मदन मुरारी माधव मदन मुरारी मधुर मुरलिया जभी बजाए हरिणी सुध बुध सारी आ निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण संताप सब मन के हरे मंगल सदा गणपति करे संताप सब मन के हरे मंगल सदा गणपति करे मन कर रहा त्राता स्मरण मन कर रहा प्राता स्मरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण बन बुद्धि के तुम देवता भर भक्ति हृदय सेवता बन बुद्धि के तुम देवता भर भक्ति हृदय सेवता शंकर सुवन तारण तरण शंकर सुवन तारण तरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण निषदिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण गणपति चरण
Let us get into a little meditation this morning. With pranayam and meditation. Please sit upright, everyone. Let your back be straight. Relax shoulders. Your palms rested on your knees, facing upward. Thumb and index finger touching each other. 3 fingers are straight. A simple method we use is before you close your eyes, let a beautiful image of the Lord, look at an image of the Lord, and as you close your eyes, let that image be reflected at the center of your forehead. So with closed eyes, your mind is controlled and not wandering. We'll take a deep breath in through our nostrils, feeling the pranic energy going through the tip of your nostrils. And as you exhale, we chant Om. Begin. Om. त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतातयोः त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतातयोः त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतातयोः नमस्तेऽस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालग्निकालाय कालग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय महादेवाय नमो महादेवाय नमः. Let's remain in a few moments of silence. ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ओम्। प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की। सियावर रामचंद्र की। वंशी विभूषित करान नवनीर धाभात। पीतांबरा दरुण बिंब फलधरोष्ठात्। पूर्णेन्दु सुंदर मुखारविंद्र नेत्र। कृष्णात् पदं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। कृष्णात् पदं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। कृष्णात् पदं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। लागी लगन मत तोरना। लागी लगन मत तोरना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोरना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोरना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोरना। लागी लगन मत तोरना। लागी लगन मत तोरना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोरना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोरना। खेती बेआई मैंने तेरे नाम की। खेती बेआई मैंने तेरे नाम की। मेरा भरोसा मत तोड़ना। मेरा भरोसा मत छोड़ना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोड़ना। प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोड़ना। जल है गहरा नाव पुरानी, जल है गहरा नाव पुरानी, जल है गहरा नाव पुरानी, जल है गहरा नाव पुरानी। बीच भंवर मत छोड़ना, बीच भंवर मत छोड़ना, प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत छोड़ना, प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत छोड़ना। तुम ही मेरा सेठ है, तू ही साहूकार है, तू ही मेरा सेठ है, तू ही साहूकार है, तू ही मेरा सेठ है, तू साहूकार है, तू ही मेरा सेठ है, तू ही साहूकार है। ब्याज पे ब्याज मत जोड़ना, ब्याज पे ब्याज मत जोड़ना, प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोड़ना, प्रभु जी मोरे लागे लगन मत तोड़ना। लागी लगन मत तोड़ना, लागी लगन मत तोड़ना, प्रभु जी मोर लागे लगन मत तोड़ना, प्रभु जी मोर लागे लगन मत तोड़ना। ओ हरि जी मोर लागे लगन मत तोड़ना, हरि जी मोर लागे लगन मत तोड़ना। बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। This is a very beautiful bhajan. Tells us about the devotees plea to God. Lagi lagan mat torna. Do not break this bond between us, God. Do not break this bond between us. Prabhu ji more lagi lagan mat torna. Lord, jal hai gehra nav purani. Jal hai gehra. The ocean is getting bigger, or the ocean is already big, and the Nav Purani, and the boat is getting older. What is the boat we're talking about? The boat is the body, obviously. The world is a vast world that is described as the ocean, and this boat is being used to cross this ocean. The boat, however, does not stay like that from its, from its beginning of creation. It ages, it gets old. And the devotee's request is, Beach bhavar mat chorna. Prabhu, we realize the boat is getting old, but please do not leave us halfway. Imagine if you, especially if you don't know to swim, or if even you do know to swim, but you're left halfway, at the middle of a river, what will happen to you? The devotee's request, Prabhu, Mera bharosa mat chorna. My bharosa, my confidence in you, O Lord, never let it be shattered. Let me always hold on to you. Tu hi mera set hai, tu hi sahukar hai. You are the master, you are the leader. Byaj pe byaj mat torna. Do not let me stray from your path. Don't let me stray from your path. Right. Last year, Sunday was New Year's. I don't know if you made resolution or not, but I hope you didn't stray by the midweek and forgot about them. That's most 95% statistics say by the Wednesday following by the few days following New Year, our resolutions are forgotten. Do not be strayed by everything around you. Remember your vows, remember your commitments, remember your discipline. In chapter 9 of the Gita, which we'll a few verses we'll talk about this morning. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is questioned, of course, by Arjuna. And for those of you who were not here last week, or who are not regular viewers of our program, or who are not in the temple, we were announcing, of course, that our Gita classes resume next week. Next week, Sunday, from 12 noon. Everybody and anybody is invited to come, and not to listen to Gita, not to listen to me preaching about Gita, but to participate in Gita lessons. If you were part of our previous Gita class, which was stopped because of COVID, please feel free to join again. We are going to, for the benefit of others, we will start from the beginning. In the chapter 9 of the Gita, Raj Vidya, Raj Guhya. Raj Vidya, this is a knowledge, it's not worldly knowledge. This is not the knowledge of the ordinary. This is royalty knowledge. Knowledge of the kings. Raj Vidya. Shri Krishna Bhagavan asks, Arjuna asks Lord Krishna, Prabhu, you have been talking to me consistently. Tell me though, who are you, my Lord? And most importantly, tell me what is my goal in life? What is my goal in life? Today, we make our goals, right? We make our goals. Somebody asks you, what is your goal in life? I'm sure all of us have a certain plan. Most people want to retire at a certain age. Most people want to pay off their mortgage at a certain age. Most people want to get married at a certain age. Most people want to have children or get a job. Whatever it is, now you have those goals in life and you're working towards it, hopefully. Then to have those goals, you have to have someone to support you or something to support you to meet those goals, right? Goals are not only limited to young people, right? Goals are for everyone. And as they support you, who is witnessing that you are actually, executing your goals? Who will provide the shelter for you to execute those goals, right? Who will provide the shelter? And very importantly, who will be by your side? Who will be by your side as you're now executing those goals? I think it's important to talk about it beginning of the new year. Your goals, who's going to support you, who's going to witness and guide you, who's going to provide the shelter, and who's going to be your friend, so that when you slip off the path, that friend or that teacher or other person, whoever it is, going to be there to put you back on the right path of life. And so the Lord answers, Bhagavan Shri Krishna answers Arjuna's question. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasa sharanam suhrit. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasa sharanam suhrit. Prabhavah pralayah sthanam nidhanam vijamavyayam. Prabhavah pralayah sthanam nidhanam vijamavyayam. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Arjun, koi baat nahi, chinta mat kar. Don't worry. That gatir bharta prabhu sakshi. I am the goal of life. I am the goal of life. What does this mean? Right? A lot of young minds here today. What does this mean? If God is the goal of your life, then what about my education? Then what about my future? What about my home that I need to buy? What about the wealth I need to accumulate? What about everything else that you have planned? If God is your goal, what it is that you have planned? Ramakrishna Paramahansa, of course, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he commented, Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he commented this. He said that we are looking, when we're looking at our goals, everything that we look at, they are all short-term. They're all short-term. Now, we know short-term and long-term goals. Everybody know that? Short-term, long-term goals? I'm sure you know that. My short-term goal is by the end of this year, I want to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, you know, that kind of thing. Good luck with that. Or my short-term goal is by August, I want to take a luxurious vacation. My short-term goal is by the next 3 months, I want to finish 2 courses at college, whatever it is, short-term, right? Then you have long-term, what we call long-term. In the next 20 years, I want to finish paying off my home, right? I think you all know that, but I need to remind you of that. Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, every goal that you have in life, if it doesn't include Bhagavan, if it doesn't include God, they are all short-term goals. If it doesn't include God, they're all short-term goals. So, what is 40 years from now is 50 years from now. He said that's short-term as well. Because every goal that we build, every goal that we identify in life is built upon the foundation of God. It's built upon the foundation. Only when you have achieved God, when you have achieved Sri Krishna in life, then you would be able to achieve everything else that you have planned. Your education, your growth, your spirituality, everything else can be achieved, but only achieve when Bhagwan is attained in life. I want to ask everybody, especially our young people, my generation and up, I think we have understand that a little bit. But don't ever think of religion as something that will suppress you, right? If you're 10, 11 years old and you're listening to this morning, and I'm telling you your goal is to achieve God, then what is the purpose of that? Little kids here this morning, you're probably asking, how do I achieve God? How is that important? I got to do homework. Tomorrow school is starting. High school kids, they have their exams next week. What Panditji is talking about achieving God. People have always thought that religion is something that should keep you back. That if you put attention to it, or God, or Bhagavan, we say in Hinduism, Bhagavan is someone that keeps us back. You know, we have to focus on God, and then our real goals in life will not be achieved. No. Bhagavan Shri Krishna has guaranteed us, in fact, that when we have achieved Him in life, then and only we will achieve every other goal that we have. Don't think of religion as a burden, people. Don't think of religion as something extremely strict, that if you put a flower the wrong way, somebody's going to slap your hand or insult you or something like that. Don't ever think that if you practice your culture, that if you sing a wrong word or you play a wrong note, that someone is going to, or if someone does, that's wrong. If someone does, make a comment in a negative way, you shouldn't do that. You must encourage people. Don't think of religion as something that punishes you. Don't think of religion as something that subdues you. Think of dharma. I use the word loosely, religion, but that's how most people understand it. Think of dharma as something that allows you to express yourself as an individual in the form of culture, in the form of education, and in yourself as many ways. Our dharma is the most fluid they have on this planet. The most fluid. It bears no distinction on race, on gender. It just embraces everyone. So the Lord says, let Him be your goal. Let Him be your Gatir Bharata Prabhu Sakshi. Arjun, I am the goal. Prabhu Sakshi, Prabhu, who's the supporter? I am the supporter. I am going to support you in every step of your goal. And who's going to witness me, Lord, to make sure that I carry out these goals, execute these goals properly? Prabhu Sakshi, Sakshi. I am going to be the witness, Arjun. And remember, I have never ever let anyone down. I have never ever let anyone down. Shri Krishna, I have never ever let anyone down. So sometimes we feel let down though. Sometimes we feel a little let down because we think we deserve something and we did not get it because we asked it, we asked God, God bless me with this, and we didn't get it, so we feel let down. That's not how this works, you know that. Everything in life comes from the amount of work that you put in. I remember when our mandir was extremely new, just a few years, in the unit in Melanie Drive, we hosted Anup Jalota. I think all of you know the bhajan singer Anup Jalota and the ghazal singer Anup Jalota. We hosted him as a big program, about 1,300 people at the banquet hall, sold out event. And of course, when he came, we took him up, and halfway the program, and so we took him up in the room upstairs just for some snacks, relaxation. So one of the children came and asked him, somebody had performed on the stage. The person was not on our program, but they performed on the stage. And the person went and asked Anupji, I was there, so how did I sing? What do I do? And you know what Anup Jalota told the person? He says, this is one thing, my dear. Singing or sangeet is one thing like many other. What you put in is what you get out of it. How much you put in is how much you will get out of it. What you put in is what you get out of it. Now, you have to classify that, because how much can mean you're practicing the wrong thing for 10 hours, so you're perfect the wrong things at 10 hours, right, afterwards. What you put in, the amount of love you put it in with, the amount of dedication you put in, the interest you used to put in, that is what you get out. I remember that. And I think that as you know, that applies to every single thing that we do in life. What you put in is what you get out. Junk in, junk out for the computer people, right? So the Lord says, I am going to be the witness to all of this. But you know what the Lord did? He never lets us down. Although we may feel let down, when we feel let down in life, we must know that we have not invested enough. In whatever way, we have not yet invested enough, and we must do more. But the Lord says, Arjun, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi, I'm going to be the witness. I'm going to be the witness, Arjun. Remember the first day when your bow fell off your hands? I was there to hold your bow. I was there to hold your hand. Remember when Draupadi, Tum kaha chupe Bhagwan karo mat deri, Dukh haro dwarka nath sharan mein teri. Draupadi was a female friend of Krishna. I don't call her a devotee. She was never identified as a devotee, because Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam, you can become a friend of the Lord. Sakha, right? There are 9 ways in which you can adore God. So Draupadi was more of a friend to Krishna. I know it is impossible to a lot of people to comprehend that a man and a woman can be very, very close friends. It's very difficult up to this day to comprehend that. You know that, right? Krishna Bhagavan and Draupadi were very close, intimate friends. When I say intimate, in the perspective of friendship. She was not a devotee of Krishna. And one day a friend needed the help, right? You know the story, Draupadi. There are many discussions as to what triggered the battle, the Mahabharata. Well, many thinkers put a lot of thoughts into this. When Draupadi, when the attempt was made to disrobe her, to discard of her sari publicly, that was the most shameful thing. That is the most shameful thing a man can do, to, molest a woman, take advantage of a female. And when the Pandavas were attempting to do that to Draupadi, they couldn't. Dushasana, as you know, was pulling sari, and mountains of sari came, and because the Lord provides, He is the provider. When others are taking away from you with an intent to take away your dignity and your pride, the Lord has a fountain of it, as an ocean of it, I may say, to provide to you. As a sari, I don't even know the story, sari was being taken out from her body, more was being put on her body. She called upon Krishna because the Lord witnessed what was going on. Prabhu Sakshi. And when you are intimate with God, when you are close with Bhagavan, He will never allow you to fall. Never allow. You may think you have failed, like Hanumanji. He has always fallen. Bharat shoot him, he fall, but he has never failed. He fell, but he never failed. When you fall in life, don't consider that a failure. Consider that you have not put in enough. And it is not maybe your fault, or maybe it is, but put more work into your sadhana, into your life. Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit. I am the Nivasaha. I am the abode in which you're going to achieve your goals. Just like you have to live in a home to study and work, whatever it is, I am the abode, I am the shelter. And most importantly, Suhrita, I am the friend, Arjun, I am the friend that will help you through this process. Who is a friend and who is not a friend? Tulsidas ji wrote this beautifully in Ramcharitmanas. Ramji Bhagwan told Sugriv, when Sugriv asked Ram Bhagwan that, why are you helping me? You just met me. Why are you helping me fighting this battle against my brother? Ramji Bhagwan says, I've considered you my friend. And a friend will look at their own problems like a mole, but they will look at the problems of their other friend as a mountain. They take their friend's interests at heart. This is Lord, right? This is the Lord. He is your friend. And when the Lord is your friend, my friends, like Draupadi was to him, He never lets you down. He is the origin, He is the dissolution, He is the foundation, He is the treasure house, and He is the imperishable seed Himself. What does the Lord do? Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva 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 Oh Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Anaya Yakshitanyo Mam Ye Jana Parayupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath
Narayan Vasudeva
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Janah Parayupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. This is an extremely popular verse of the Gita as well. The Gita is known for 700 verses. 700 verses. And there are certain verses that identify, each chapter. This one here does that. Ananyang chintayanto mam, ananyas chintayanto mam, ye jana parayupasate. Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells Arjun, Arjun, to those who worship me alone, thinking of no other, who are ever devout, I provide gain and security to them. I provide gain. This seems like a bit of a selfish thing. Sri Krishna Bhagavan says, worship me alone. Note the distinction between Ramji Bhagavan and Krishna. Bhagavan Ram, he was all about people. Tell me what you want and I'll do it. Sri Krishna Bhagavan came to set the standard. Not that Ram Bhagavan didn't. Ram Bhagavan came to, follow. He was Maryada Purushottam, to establish law. Sri Krishna Bhagavan came to tell the people, God is supreme. God is powerful. Those who worship me alone, thinking of no other, and who are devout, I provide gain and security. What does he mean, or why is the Lord telling Arjun, worship me alone? Worship me alone. When we go to Bhagavan and we offer a prayer, we offer a heart, whatever it is that we do when we go to God, that must be your only source, my friends, of strength. There is a tendency that if worshiping God does not work, then perhaps there is some other force on this earth that is greater than Him that can help or work. It means our faith has not yet been strengthened. Let your faith be strong to never give up from Him. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitra vrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhya jite pimam. Those who worship me will come to me, but those who worship the world will stay in this world, will reside in this world forever. And the literal translation says, devotees of the devatas go to the devatas, devotees of the pitris go to the pitris, devotees of the world go to the world, but my devotee come to me. Madhya jinopi mam. My devotees, all of them, they come to me and they live with me. These verses here are meant to strengthen our lives. Today I would like to leave with you what are the 5 daily duties of a Hindu. What are the 5 daily duties of a Hindu? Because the Lord says, I'm going to support you, I'm going to be the witness, I'm going to be the provider, I'm going to be your friend, but you have a little work to do as well. You have a little work to do as well. It's not like, mommy, I need this, daddy, I need this, and every time you say I need it, it comes to you. You have a little work to do, everybody. Children, mom and dad are always there to back you up and to provide for you, but you have some responsibility is as well. What are the 5 daily responsibilities we have as Hindus? Yantu Deva. Yantu Deva. The first, and this must be done to the best of your ability on a daily basis. Just like you eat breakfast, just like you take a lunch break, just like you take a mental break, just like you take a coffee break, and whatever other breaks you take every day, these are required to shape our lives and to become better people. 1, Yantu Deva. We must pray. Every single day we must pray. However you know. It may be sitting 2-3 hours at the altar. It may be sitting a minute. It may be sitting 5 minutes. It may be sitting in solitude at some place else. But you must pray. You must pray. Praying is not for the old-fashioned people. Praying is not for old people alone. Something Hinduism is a retirement home where old people alone must throw dhar, old people alone must throw puja. No. Praying is for everybody. How you pray is a whole different thing. We have classes in this temple which will resume shortly that teaches you all these things. When a child sits in front of God, what does a child do? What do you say? You must at least know some basic things. You must know how to do arti. You must know how to offer a flower. You must know the purpose of offering a prasad, a fruit to God. Right? Praying is important. The first requirement of your daily duty is Yantu Deva, is to pray to God. Not for something. Sometimes our list, we go to God with a list. This is what I want, that's what I want. Remember, you have to invest. What you put in is what you get out as well. So the first responsibility of every Hindu is to pray to God every day. Yantu deva vatayantim pitru devo pitri. The second responsibility you have is towards your ancestors. Ancestors, pitris. So, what is pitri? Younger folks, you must understand pitri. They mean those who have left us and gone. For me, my pitris are my parents. My pitris are my ajan, aji, nana, nani, or what you call grandfather and grandma. Pitris, those who have passed on. The blood we carry in our veins today did not just fall from the sky and come into our body. This is the blood of your ancestors. Much of what you carry on you today, right? My big nose and my big ears that I have, I didn't pick it. Bhagwan, I want a nose like this and a shape like this. Nothing wrong with my ears and nose, by the way. Hello? I like it. But if I had to choose, I would choose the same one actually. I wouldn't choose anything different. Because now you say I'm not happy with my nose. But the nose that I have here, this is the nose of my Aja. My dad's nose was very different, but when I look at the picture of my Aja, I have his nose and his ears, big ears. And his height too. Because my dad was not such a tall man. The nose, the ears, the height, and even some of this that you carry, they've all come from someone. Right? So our responsibility is to show gratitude. The more gratitude we show every day, the more it shapes our life as better human beings. Pitra Yagya, second responsibility of Hindu, is to do Pitra Yagya. To think, to remember your ancestors, and more so, to live a little bit of the life that they lived. If you can't live all of it, live a little bit that they lived. What's the third one? Deva, Pitri, Rishi. Rishis. Who are the Rishis? The word research came from Rishi. The Rishis were the one who did researches. Valmiki, Tulasidas, all of them. There's many, many more, but you can, of course, relate to them. They are Rishis. right? You must pay your respect to the rishis. How do you do that? You get a picture and you worship them? No, no, no. You pick up the book. You pick up your Gita and you honor Vyasji. Vyasji put this together. You pick up the book, the Gita, and you may not know what you're reading because Gita is very intense. That's why you need a teacher. But you read something. And if it doesn't make sense, you turn the next page and you read it. Something must make sense, right? And don't think you have finished reading the Gita or you've finished reading the Ramayana. You may have finished reading all the series of Harry Potter or whoever you read these days, but you will never finish reading the Gita. It takes many, many lifetimes to understand the gist of it. We are trying our best to read a few verses every day. Your third responsibility is to the rishis, to read your Gita, read your Ramayana, read a Hindu book. But this is, I think, most popular among our people, the most recent revealed to us. Read your book. Starting as of next week, please make a commitment and come here 12 o'clock. Well, you can come for service and stay back for 12 o'clock. Hopefully, very soon we'll start feeding bhajan downstairs because the crowd is increasing and so. So you have a little lunch and then you can come up back, right? And hopefully you all will start sponsoring the Sunday service and so we don't have to pay from the Monday's pocket, you know what I'm saying? So the third responsibility is to the rishis, those people who have invested their life to bring to us the scriptures. Read it to honor them. So we have God, we have the ancestors, we have the rishis, the researchers. Then we have, who do we have next? We have the bhutas. Bhuta means all form of life. All forms of life. When you say bhuta in our West Indian tradition, people think it means ghost. But bhuta means all formed elements. Bhagwan Shiva is called Bhuteshwar. Bhuteshwar means two meanings: the Lord of the elements and the master of all forms of life. Bhuteshwaraya Namaha. You must respect all forms of life. You may not like all forms of life, but you must respect all forms of life. Now, the minute if I start talking about food, that will eliminate 99% of the congregation. So we just talk all forms of life. Bhuta Yajna means respect all forms of life. The dog, the cat, everybody respect them. And lastly, Nara Yajna. The fifth form of duty every day is Nara Yajna, to respect each other. Nar means a human being. Respect each other. You may disagree with someone, you may disapprove of someone, but please do not disrespect someone. Right? It is fine to disagree, it is fine to disapprove. It doesn't mean that you have to be enemies. It doesn't mean that you have to hate each other. Right? It just means you disagree and you disapprove respectfully. Respectfully. But don't disrespect anyone. It destroys your very build as a human being. Your goals are vanished when you disrespect people. What are the 5 duties of a Hindu? Deva Yajna, pray to God. Pitra Yajna, respect your ancestors, right? What else? Deva Yajna, Pitra Yajna, Rishi Yajna, read the books. Then Bhuta Yajna, respect all forms of life, the elements, creation. Nara Yajna, respect every person. You may disagree, you may disapprove, but don't disrespect. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says, this is my creation, and I'm responsible for guiding all of you. It is my prayer this morning that as you work hard to embrace your goals in life, that you must never forget the Lord. You must never forget those around you who have allowed you to achieve those goals. You must never forget the means. I like to quote to you a verse from the Rig Veda. Mano nidecha vaktaviryo It's not a shloka, it's a verse. Mano nodeda navaktaveryo ranadhira ravyane twe api kratur mama. It's from the Rig Veda. What does it say? O man, never speak harsh words to anyone. Never speak harsh words to anyone. Mano nide. Nide, the word ninda comes from nide. Mano nidecha vakto varyo ranadhira vyanyo. Never speak harsh words to anyone. Never slander anyone. Why you shouldn't slander anyone? Anybody? Because they can sue you. Very simple. Let's sue you. You know that? People make a living off of their name. You slander their name and they can't make a living anymore. The law permits them. But the Vedas tell you, never speak harsh words to people. Words are more destructive than an arrow. This is the words of Mother Kunti in the Mahabharata. Words can be more piercing and more forceful than an arrow can. The wound of an arrow may heal, but the wound of hurtful words may never heal. So, manon nideva. Never speak harsh words to anyone. Never slander anyone. Do not be ungrateful. Ranadhiran navyano. Do not be ungrateful. Remember? Remember the people who have witnessed you, Sri Krishna. He is the witness. Remember those who have witnessed, who have supported you in your journey in life. Do not be ungrateful to the people who have helped you, whether it was little or whether it was lot. You don't have to be obligated for the rest of your life, but do not be ungrateful to those who have helped you in your journey in life. Do not be ungrateful. Keep helping sorrowful people. Happy people are already happy, right? Happy people are already happy, but keep helping sorrowful people. And may each good work of yours, twe api kratur mama, kratu. May each good work of yours be dedicated to mama, to him. May each good work of yours be dedicated to him. It's a beautiful verse from the Rig Veda, and this chapter of the Veda talks about, of course, how we should keep ourselves and how we should elevate ourselves. May we never speak harsh words to anyone, never slander anyone, never be ungrateful. Keep helping sorrowful people. May each good work of yours be dedicated to God. And with this, I leave you today and hope your week ahead is blessed. May all of you stay happy, remain happy. I am happy that few of you are coming out back to the temple now. And stay that way, keep it that way. And take steps every day to improve yourselves as a Hindu, as a human being. Bole Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunja Vihari. Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunja Vihari. Jai जय गोपी जन वल्लभ,
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ,
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ,
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ,
जय गिरिवरधारी,
जय गिरिवर
जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
ओ यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर बलचारी
यमुना तीर बलचारी
जय गिरिवरधारी
जय गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय
राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर
ओ मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर ओ मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर
मुरली मनोहर करुणा सागर
जय गोवर्धन धारी जय गोवर्धन धारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव बारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे राम राम हरे Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare. प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. Thank you all for coming this morning. Very nice to see you in person at the temple. And please keep coming. Temple, of course, is always open. Special pujas on Monday evenings from 6 p.m. And Tuesday evening, Hanumanji Chalisa from 6:30 p.m. And then Friday evening, Durga Ma Puja from 6:30 as well. So we have, of course, Mahashivratri planning is happening right now. Mahashivratri is February 18th, and we have this big activity happening on that day. Lots of devotion, lots of work being put into it, where we are planning to have our hope, our prayers that we have 1100 Hindus from 11 o'clock on Shivratri day, 11 a.m., to offer 1100 shank of water to the Lord, 1100 shells of water to the Lord. Please pass the message around, bring out everybody. It's a Saturday. You don't have to take time off from work unless you work on Saturday. But it's good for you to come on out and let's be part of something historical, but more so, give gratitude in a beautiful way to Bholinath Bhagwan. Prior to that, we'll have our Shiv Puran Yagya, 7 nights of Katha. We're planning 5 nights of Katha we're planning before Mahashivratri, as we do annually, every night. And we'll need sponsors for the Katha and things like that. So we'll keep you informed. But on the day of Mahashivratri, we have in the morning we have at about 6:30, the Ekadash Rudram will start. We're finalizing those plans now. And then we have the offering of the water, the 1100 shells. We literally have 1100 shells in the temple, friends, that we have sourced since December. So we purchased this specifically for this purpose and other things as well. It's the first big thing I'm looking forward for, so please participate in the whole process. Thank you all so much for being here, and look forward to seeing all of you in the daily darshan as well at the temple. Arti is ready, so we'll all stand now. Please stand, everyone. Om yani kani cha papani janmantar kritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshinam pade pade.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Janon ke sankat Das Janon ke sankat Shan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare Jo tyage phal paave dukh bin se man ka Swami dukh bin se man ka Sukh sampati dhar aave Sukh sampati dhar aave Kasht mite tan ka Om Jai Jagadish Hare मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहो किसके स्वामी शरण किस विध मिलो दया में, किस विध मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता ठाकुर तुम मेरे, स्वामी रक्षक तुम मेरे। अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपने शरण लगाओ, द्वार पर आ तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी कष्ट हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति भराओ, श्रद्धा प्रेम भराओ, संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तन मन धन सब है तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, ज्ञान आगे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं, विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं, मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं, लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं, योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं, वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं, सर्वलोकैकनाथं। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा, गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। बोले गणपति भगवान की, गुरु महाराज की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सियावर रामचंद्र की, सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवता की, लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, बालकृष्ण लाल की, गंगा मैया की, यमुना मैया की, भारत माता की, गौ माता की, सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की, सत्यनारायण स्वामी की, सरस्वती माता की, महालक्ष्मी माता की, जयकारा शेरावालिदा बोल साचे दरबार की। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर 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 महादेव शंभो। सत्य सनातन धर्म की। सबको जय जय सीताराम।
All right, please remain seated. Aarti will come to you, and prasad will be given at the door as you're leaving by the priest. So please take prasad and drive safe home. See you all again in our next service. The Panditji will help you.